I can't believe things like this are happening, but just take a look at this.
After hours of standing off, this situation has now rapidly
Did you hear that gunshot? That big explosion? Oh man.
deteriorated. The LAPD moving in on horseback, firing rubber bullets at protesters, moving them on through the heart of LA. You just shut the fuck up!
You okay?
Dude, I thought it was gonna be by accident. I seen a small clip of it, but right here. Pay attention right here. He just aimed and shot. But for what? Look.
You just shut the fuck up!
Oh man.
I'm good.
Good morning. We begin with developing news out of Los Angeles, where tensions have reached boiling point. Tear gas and rubber bullets fired as protesters clash with police over immigration raids. Straight to US correspondent Lauren Tomasi. Lauren, what's the latest as we come to you?
The amount of smoke that I see is probably the amounts that they probably shot already. Because they're using rubber bullets. And then look at over here. It's like things are getting burned. Dude, this is like... Man, this is crazy.
Kate, this situation really unravelled about 90 minutes ago and has been out of hand ever since. If I can just show you here the amount of riot police that are on the street. This is actually an on-ramp onto the 101 freeway.
That is a lot of police officers. A lot. Oh, man. And they ended up sending, what, the National Guard as well? Oh, man. Like, LA is going through it.
In Los Angeles, we're in the heart of downtown right now, and this area has just been entirely shut down by police and by protesters. If we can just have a look over in the distance there, you can see the dark black smoke. That is coming from a vehicle that has been set alight by protesters as they move through the city here. There have been thousands.
That's crazy. So I'm not sure that it's a random car or maybe one of their cars, but if they're just burning random cars, that's bad. Because imagine if it was your car and they just burned it just because of riot, and it just happens you were working, or who knows, maybe you went to protest and they burning your car and you have payments on it. That's crazy. But if it's someone's car that they donated to the riot, understandable maybe, but it still wouldn't do it. But if it's someone's random car, dude, they shouldn't be doing that. But it's crazy that things are escalating quickly.
Of people throughout the day. Things had been relatively on and off, a little bit of moments of chaos, but then it was unclear what exactly sparked this big movement from police. They came through on horses, firing tear gas, firing those flashbang grenades, and moving through so quickly. Officers here are actually heading down onto the highway now. It's quite extraordinary to see. If we can just point over here, Jimmy, you can see them walking down. This is a major freeway in Los Angeles. You can see one side of that still open there, but officers moving down. We know a little earlier on in the day, protesters had made their way down trying to block off this freeway. I think they might be down there again, but you can see the amount of people that are walking through here. These officers are all armed with batons. As this situation continues to develop. But all of this, Kate, this is now day 3, is happening in protest of the immigration and custom enforcement raids that have been unfolding in Los Angeles. Undocumented migrants have been the target of these raids. They were a surprise and has sparked such fierce anger throughout Los Angeles. This is a city that is made up of so many immigrants. There is actually...
My boy. It seems like I'm assuming, okay, I was about to say they're probably building more Molotovs, but if you pay close attention, you're able to see that that's water. I'm not sure what this is. Looks like a bag. And then this, I'm assuming it's milk in case they get tear gassed or to get pepper sprayed. They can help the other people by putting it in their eyes. But dude, this is straight off like a video game or something. And it's all happening now. And it's still happening. And who knows how long it will continue. Or who knows how long it will spread. It could spread to your town or the next city. Dude, that is crazy.
Around 10% of the city that is undocumented migrants. That's hundreds of thousands of people, and there is just so much anger here in Los Angeles right now.
Yeah, Lauren, and these are incredible scenes that we're seeing at the moment. It has now entered the evening there. I know you and your cameraman yourselves, you got caught up in some of the crossfire earlier. Do you get a sense that it is becoming more heated as the day goes on?
It definitely feels that way, and you know, we can see vehicles on fire. There have been at least 3 cars that have been set alight by protesters. This is now day 3, and certainly the evenings have been getting a little more out of hand, but what we have been seeing in the past 90 minutes or so is by far and away the most significant escalation here on the ground. I'm going to stay here a little bit further away from these police because they have been firing a lot of tear gas. It has been so heavy in the air, but even so, it just doesn't seem to be deterring these protesters. I mean, that's one of those flash.
I was about to say it's an explosion, but never mind, it's a flashbang. Crazy, man. Like, dude, if you live in America, I heard it's spreading to different cities already. I wonder if they're all gonna end up looking like this. Dude, at some point, I heard some rumors. If it spreads like this in every American city like this, the government could just do martial law. I mean, I know some states it's gonna be difficult to do it because some states let you own a lot of guns, but majority of them, dude, they'll probably end up taking people's guns or end up fighting with their own people, or who knows, maybe the soldiers return and serve the Constitution as they should, which is the people, right? But I don't know. Look at this. Just end up looking at all this. This is LA, like a city or like a place in the United States of America. Oh man.
Bang grenades. They're being let off in an effort to try and deter these protesters, but I keep seeing fireworks in the distance as well. Protesters are lobbing things back at these officers. It really is kind of a mix of the LAPD, these riot police, and then of course we've seen those soldiers on the ground here in Los Angeles. The National Guard, there are at least 300 deployed by the Donald Trump administration, the US president ordering in.
You can see how they're burning things a lot. It's so, oh man, it's crazy.
Those National Guardsmen and putting them under federal service, that in itself is such a significant move. Normally it would be something that the state governor asks the president for, but in this case Donald Trump bypassed Governor Gavin Newsom, who is calling for these federal soldiers to move on out of Los Angeles. Look, the last time that was done, Kate, was more than 50 years ago, back in 1965, so it is truly a huge escalation, and everyone that I've spoken to here today, a very vast majority of them have been from Los Angeles. They just say they want these National Guardsmen out, they want these immigration and customs enforcement agents out, and it just doesn't feel like anything is going to let up until that happens. I mean, if we can just show you this man here, he's got one of the fluorescent guns there, and that is.
It seems like bro has a lot. It seems, of course, it's not a real shotgun, so it's not gonna kill anybody. He has a bunch of armor, of course. It's like, dude, they're serious. Think he's holding a real one. Now that's a real gun right there. Baton, pretty sure he has a gun right there, but this one, it seems like it's not a real gun. But still, if it escalates to them not using, if it escalates to them stop using rubber bullets and they end up using real bullets, that's gonna be, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be like, I wouldn't want to say this, but civil war. If they end up using real bullets, because if it escalates to that point, where they're like, you know what, no more tear gas, no more trying to group them up because it's not working. Dude, imagine they just stop using rubber bullets. That's crazy.
Is one of the things that can fire off tear gas canisters and then those rubber bullets as well, which we've been seeing the crowd peppered with. But
Yeah, she got shot. She got shot with a rubber bullet. That's crazy.
look, across the road there, the Mexican flag, we've seen quite a number of those, of course, huge Mexican population in Los Angeles as well. So, look, Kate, it's just a situation that doesn't seem to be letting up right now. It feels very tense, very, very heightened emotions here.
Very volatile scenes there. Lauren Tomasi, you stay safe. Thank you for the update.
It is crazy how she's still doing her job as a reporter despite being shot by a rubber bullet. But man, a lot of people are protesting. Either that or they're just there to support. It's the same thing, right? But man, this is, I don't know, a lot of things happening. A lot. If you're out there protesting, be careful. If you're not, and this is affecting you, be very careful. Either way, who knows? Maybe this kind of thing already started. I'm assuming you live in the U.S. It started in your city. Maybe it started with a small riots, or maybe it's growing. I don't know. It's it's crazy how this escalated. How one just like maybe something small started and it just I don't know where it just became like this huge thing that a lot of people are doing. And who knows? They'll probably get into more supporters, but I seen so many different POVs of like in the night, in the day, someone filming, someone writing. It's like I only seen snippets of it, not the whole entire videos, but yeah, man, this is escalating crazy. Just be very careful. And of course, as always, Jesus Christ loves you, and I hope you have a blessed day. Stay blessed.